the thing you dislike most about this game?
Okay, do you want a hot take or do you want just a
Oh,
generic
you
take?
know me. Give me
Alright.
the hot take.
This is a very controversial opinion,
Ooh.
but the current state of the game favors individuality more than factionalism, and I really don't like that.
Oh yeah, you care to elaborate? I'm not gonna
Well,
argue. I just want your opinion on it.
currently the game just focuses way too much on homesteads. And while I understand why the developers want to do that, because they want to give, solo players who are not really in groups and aren't necessarily capable of achieving the same level of things as a large group of people can do, but they still want to give them the tools to somehow
Devman, give us
contribute to the
that wood.
faction.
Devman, give that wood.
But the issue I find with that is that takes away the focus from towns, which should be the center point of the gameplay. People should be in towns. Towns should be a major thing that players interact with, regardless if they're a solo or a clan. And right now, that is not the case. And in my humble opinion, they should, as much as I hate to say it, they should make the game closer to Foxhole, where the towns have some basic workshops that players can use, and they can also set their spawn in the towns to essentially allow new players and solos who don't want to engage with all of these gameplay mechanics that involve building your own homestead, managing it, whatever. They just want to jump in, maybe like do something, hunt a bit and stuff, and they always, like, if a player always just wants to do smithing or they want to just do mining, it doesn't matter, because once they hop in, they have to build a homestead. They have to go through the entire gameplay loop that large clans go through. And in my opinion, that's not very good. The game should allow players to just hop into the game, grab a tool, hop into the game, spawn at the town, grab a tool, go hunt a bit, and then, I don't know, sell the pelts or dump them into a public storage for other people to use. And then homesteads should be converted into something more akin to a very small, very specific workshop that allows you to produce things either faster or higher quality. So like reduce the homestead size and make it so a single homestead has to be of very specific, like a homestead that's just a smithy that people can use, and just essentially use it to bring their own resources. Like they mine their own iron ore, they process it, they bring it to the smithy, and they can smith their own things. And the homestead should still be player built, but they should not be the focus of the gameplay. Focus of the gameplay should be on players being in a town, being able to share resources there, being able to contribute without having to go through a very complex set of gameplay loops, just so they can, I don't know, hunt for like 20 minutes.
I mean, yeah, I'd say that is a bit of a hot take, but you've clearly thought that one through, so yeah, that'll be one I'm gonna have to watch over a few times to think about. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is a hot take, and I am not sure whether it's. Yeah, I'm not sure if it coincides with what the developers have envisioned for the game, but the way I see the current state of the game, which is in what is it, October 2025? The current game just doesn't really give players incentive to do stuff in towns, and it also puts way too much expectation of gameplay and system involvement on solos who just want to hunt for a bit or mine for a bit or cook for a bit.
Huh, alright. So, what's your craziest or coolest or most fun idea that you would like to see added to the game? Like selfish, doesn't have to be overarching good for everybody. What would you like to see? Just
Uh,
you.
oh, Jesus. Okay. That was a very difficult question. I don't really have anything crazy that I can
Well, it doesn't have to be
propose.
crazy, but I'm just saying anything.
I mean, honestly, this is something I've been suggesting for the past multiple tests. The current um, town setup is a bit weird. You have public lodgings, which is essentially like your own personal stockpile that you have to pay for, and then you have the storehouse, which is tied to your family. And I believe that they should merge those buildings into one, and instead of making it tied to you as a player or your family, they should just make it the same way as it is in Foxhole, where you create your own stockpile that you have to pay tax for, and then you can share that stockpile with anyone using a one-time code that you can reset anytime you want. And
Huh.
like basically, like the idea is this is not gonna impede the solo player experience because they can still just make their own stockpile and just not share it with anyone. But it will also help people share resources to, even if they're not in the same family, which in all of like clan
That's
players'
brilliant.
gameplay is like the case, because as you see, like even us, we have two homesteads, which means two families, and if we have, I don't know, like iron ore in this homestead's storehouse stockpile, uh, those guys over there cannot grab it because they need someone from this family to grab it. But if we
Yeah.
could still just share the same stockpile with two families using that code system similar to Foxhole, they would simplify the gameplay loop so much. And you don't have to make it free. You can still make it so it costs silver to like keep your stockpile private. And when you run out of silver, the stockpile goes into public completely, and anyone can grab it.
That's the best
But
idea I've heard in a while.
like it would literally not interfere with the solo gameplay at all because they can still make their own private stockpiles and just have their own resources in the town without any fear of them being just snatched by same faction players. But it would also just allow clans to play, like it would improve the clan experience. It's just the quality of life. And you can make it so a player can only create one stockpile, or they can create two stockpiles. Actually, that would be probably better. 2, 3 stockpiles. That way, they can have their own personal stockpile, and then they can have another one that they share with other players. And that would also allow solos who have their own homestead, like 3 solos who each have their own homestead, to still collaborate. Because if one of them builds a smithy in their homestead and the other one just wants to mine, they can just mine, dump it into their storehouse, and then the person who has a smithy can hop on and then grab the iron ore from there and process it themselves, and like work together. There's I literally I might be wrong, and I'm happy to be corrected, but I personally don't see a single negative with that system.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe, I don't know, immersion or something. But yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, put that one in suggestions. I'll co-sign that one for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I've written a detailed feedback on this, and I keep referring to it, but
Oh, okay,
yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
see.
surprised. Yeah. All right. So to close it out, is there anything you wish to say to the public at large and or the enemy?
Uh, but I mean, after all, like after all this, just this is a this is a game. A lot of people tend to take it a bit too seriously. A lot of people tend to make their entire online personality and surround it with this game, with what they do in the game. And while I don't think RPing is bad, a lot of people take it a bit too seriously. So I would say just try to have fun, be a good sport, don't instigate on Discord. And I say this as a Discord mod.
Yeah, I get that.
Just be nice. We're all here testing. We're not real enemies. We're just playing a game on two different sides. That's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to speak to me, and I look forward to posting this, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing it.